At the Devil Hour, we are Matt, and we're in for some more historical Halloween news. The first one I did, pretty good actually. It had an amalgamation of stuff from the 70s, the 80s, current 2001, I think one of them was. There's some funny characters in there. The 80s, again, looked like a magical time. Let's have a look at this one.
Linville Falls, North Carolina.
That's the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather, the ghost of Bob Schieffer, will be here tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. Happy Halloween.
This is the night you can expect all those strange things to knock at your door. Well, there is one southern town where the spirits are just as likely to answer the door. Peter Van Zandt is manning our ghost post in Georgetown, South Carolina.
Ghost post. We constantly get knocks by Amazon delivery drivers. Ring out, you're dead.
Residents say is literally haunted by its past. Georgetown, South Carolina, a centuries-old community where people say some of the dearly departed have refused to leave, choosing instead to roam many of Georgetown's stately antebellum mansions.
Sounds like more of a epidemic these days.
Making this the South's only living ghost town.
People who turn up and refuse to leave.
Practically every house in town has a ghost, but the families are so comfortable with them, they are a member of the family.
For more than 100 years, guests at the Hermitage Estate claim they have seen a ghost they call Alice, appearing in her old
Alice? Who the is Alice? Apologies.
room, startling guests who have seen her in the dresser mirror.
In the mirror, she was as plain as my own reflection. And I knew that somebody had come in the room. When I turned around, there was no one in the room.
I think what he said there was, I'm staring at somebody in the mirror, it was pale as your own reflection.
Ghost sightings in this spirited community go back to the late 1600s, when slaves called the ghostly forms shades. 42 Georgetown ghosts have been written about, but townspeople say there may be hundreds haunting their community. Along Georgetown's coast, residents tell of a friendly ghost called the Greyman, whose presence is said to be a warning of stormy weather. Eileen Weaver has seen the Greyman many times.
He would look iridescent, like it was misty out, and like a cloud was covering him. He was there, you could see him.
Georgetown fishermen talk about another ghost, one that haunts this old lighthouse, and occasionally sends out a mysterious light to warn of dangerous seas.
I mean, what's the mysterious light? Just the actual light from the lighthouse?
Georgetown's eerie link with the past is seen here as more a blessing than a curse. And on this moonlit night, when living ghouls and goblins go house to house, Georgetown will be celebrating its unearthly citizens in a town where every night is Halloween. Peter Van Sant, CBS News, Georgetown, South Carolina.
Home video
I'd love to live in a town like that.
tape which claims to read the minds of its viewers. Come on now. A devilishly dressed man to my left, a marvelous magician and mentalist. Of course, he is Max Maven, and good morning.
Good morning.
Sir. Now, it is true.
Oh, mentalist and magician and what, part-time vampire?
That you've had a lot of interest in Houdini.
Absolutely. In fact, a few years ago, I conducted a seance on Halloween, as Houdini's wife actually did for several years running.
Why does he look familiar?
We got results, which
Looks very familiar.
were hard.
What results could you have got?
Curiously enough, we got the same results that they did on the 10th Houdini seance that Mrs. Houdini carried out.
Why? He looks like a vampire from a Boris Karloff movie, but sounds like he should be on the radio.
There was a mist that descended on the seance area. They did it outdoors.
And tonight on Quiet Storm, it'll be Tapao with China in your hand.
And I was always told it was rain that they'd gotten. We got a mist 3 years ago when we tried this, and I figured it was close to the rain they'd actually received. But then I was informed by a Houdini expert that really we got the exact same manifestation.
Incredible. Nothing more specific like sent corned beef or anything?
No, nothing like that.
All right.
We're going to try for something more specific right
Let's
now.
have a go at it.
Normally I stick to things that are purely psychological in nature, but for Halloween we get a little spookier.
Right.
This is a crystal. You've seen crystal balls
Yes,
before.
sir.
This is an actual piece piece of a crystal ball that was melted down during the religious purges at the end of the 16th century. A piece of...
Of course it is. Of course it is. It really is that old.
slag crystal. I'm going to, if we can get this on camera, you can see that that is one strong piece of crystal.
Very tough.
A lot of energy in that crystal. In addition, we make use of these two slates. This is sort of a traditional piece of seance material. In between the slates, we place a piece of chalk. That's for the spirits to write with. They don't do terribly well without it. Now, before the show started, just a little while ago, I showed you this list.
Look in the eyes, look in the eyes, not around the eyes, look in the eyes. You're under.
Yes, sir.
For us, this is a set of about 50 designs, not about 50, exactly 50 designs, each one rather simple to draw, and I asked you to think of one of them. Choose one at random, not necessarily your favorite, just a random design. Now, you haven't told me what design you're thinking of.
Absolutely not.
As far as I know, you haven't made a notation, you haven't written it down.
Nothing whatsoever.
So it's only in your mind.
Right.
We're going to try and get the spirits to take that information and write it onto the slates, in between the two slates right here. I'm going to hold the crystal in my fist over the slates. Now, would you, for the first time, tell us what was the design that you had in mind?
It was a dollar sign.
A dollar sign, all right. So we're into money today. Watch the crystal. First, we need a sort of an S figure, and then we need a line going straight down the center.
Holy cow.
Something happened.
How in the world? Come on now, Max. That's fantastic.
That's a dollar sign is what that is.
That's a dollar sign and is, well...
That's pretty good. Well, what's your theories, people? How did he do that?
Swear to heaven, this was not planned. That's...
Well, score one for the spirits.
One for the spirits. It takes a long time to do something like this, doesn't it?
Well, I've been working with this for many years. I, as I say, normally do the psychological type of thing we call mind reading. But for the holiday of Halloween, it's my favorite time of year, and so I try to do something special. I have my costume all picked out for this evening.
Which is?
I'm going disguised as a normal human being.
Fair play. He's got the character about him and the charisma.
Max Maven, wonderful. Thanks very much for coming by.
We wrap things up on this Halloween night at, where else, a popular haunt. This one is near Los Angeles, and it's not a house that gives trick-or-treaters nightmares, but rather, as Maria Villarreal shows us, a place for friendly spirits.
What appears to be an amusement.
At least the friendly spirits, and it's not like people acting out crack addicts, getting basically CPR in front of kids.
Park is actually Rick Polizzi's front yard.
I want a lot of
That's pretty good.
spectacle and a lot of people to see it.
Racing spirit. Tatlets. Tatlets. The word's lost all meaning. That was him, wasn't it, from Friends?
Every night in the 10 days leading up to Halloween, 4,000 to 6,000 visitors stream into this normally quiet neighborhood to experience Bony Island.
Ah, that looks epic.
Is it scary? No, it's just...
I think I would love to come over to the US of A at some point with the little one before she's too old. Like, she's 5 this year. Somewhere between 5 and 10, you know, when the magic's still there. Come over for Christmas, somewhere like New York, and obviously do Halloween somewhere, because in America, the guys just absolutely kill Halloween.
It's really cool.
In a good way, I mean.
The idea of a fright-free Halloween began when he took his young daughters to their first haunted house.
Can't believe he's got his daughters and him in a giant melon.
It didn't go well.
They run out screaming.
Right.
Not happy.
No, not at all.
Polizzi, a former animation producer for The Simpsons TV show, decided he could build something better.
We just started upping it every year, and I guess if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
How much is your allowance for this?
It usually runs between like 10 and 12,000 each year.
If you've got the money, fair play.
And it also cost Polizzi time. He starts putting up pumpkins in July.
I try to back off, but it's hard.
Do you think there's a point where your wife and children will be like, enough?
Oh, yeah, they did that 10 years ago. So.
I mean, fair play. That's magic for the kids in the neighborhood.
With his daughters all grown up, Polizzi keeps insisting every year will be his last.
Isn't that the coolest?
But moments like this always pull him back.
Good job. Some have introduced their kids to us now, little babies, and that makes me feel terribly old.
And
that is magic. I think the world needs more people like that. You know, selfless for the neighbourhood, just looking at the joy of the kids' faces. That's payment enough.
still not yet ready to hang it up. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Finally, tonight could not be more scary. It's Halloween. There's a full moon, a pandemic, and a time change. I mean, wow. But as Lucy Kraft shows us, it could be worse.
No, it couldn't. 2020 to 2022. What a shit show.
It was just before Halloween in an ordinary parking garage somewhere in Japan. Things suddenly took a turn for the terrifying.
They're banging at the windows. They're rocking the car. The zombies have arrived, and they're coming for us.
I'd like just basically just pretend like you're still filming and that you're still doing like commentary, and just say, well, let's see how long they'll keep it up for, and just pretend, you know, like just basically just for have a bit of a laugh. Just see if they'll carry on for like 10-20 minutes.
It's the latest in creepy entertainment for the COVID era. For 10 blood-curdling minutes, The Walking Dead stalked petrified patrons in parked cars, wreaking mayhem, delivering gore galore. But it's all good, clean, and coronavirus-free fun. Vehicles disinfected to protect monsters and victims alike. A group called Kawaragasatai, which means I want to scare you, promises spine-chilling thrills from behind the windshield, said producer Kenta Iwana.
COVID had shut down our regular haunted house events, but we saw drive-in movie theaters open, so why not drive-in horror shows?
Halloween is a
If you can sell tickets, why not?
recent popular American import to Japan, but these scenes from years past seem a distant memory in 2020, with revelers being urged to stay home. The Kawaragasatai actors have customized their act for audiences stuck behind glass. Eye contact is crucial, said company owner Ayaka Imaide. It's like a lion attacking its prey, with gaping jaws and bulging eyes. Starved for amusement, Japanese
love all that, don't they?
Ponying up as much as
I don't think this is the go down in the UK, to be honest. I think we're too reserved. I think we're just like
$40
Then again, it'll just be like driving through London.
to scream and occasionally sob through drive-in horror shows.
What's your kids in there? Jesus wept.
This student said, from the start, they got up so close to us, we freaked out.
Overreacting.
Surely the safest zombie apocalypse ever. Lucy Kraft, CBS News, Mito, Japan.
If you've got time on your hands.
Is also handling Halloween differently tonight, and we have a report from Jed Duval.
This Halloween, there's something.
You look well impressed. I love being here. I love being here and doing all this.
In Cumberland, a ban on trick-or-treating. Youngsters going door to door for candies and fruits. That's against the law here. It started with the mayor and city commissioners.
We did have problems. Such as razors and apples and candy, pins, this type thing.
People really do that?
Yes.
What sick bastards are putting in razors in apples for kids?
They did. They did, and in the more affluent neighborhoods, which surprised us very much. Now, we don't know whether it's the older people doing it or the younger. We have no idea who's doing it.
Does your reaction so far indicate that a lot more communities will be doing this next year, banning trick-or-treating?
I would suspicion so. We were just amazed with the reaction across country. I've had calls from Los Angeles, Winnipeg, Canada. We have taped, of course, the Baltimore, Washington area. There's no...
So for at least in the 70s, it's good to know that there's still some weird people knocking around.
Editorial from
Things never change.
Star in Puerto Rico, which was forwarded to us, Atlanta, New Orleans, just to mention a few. And I understand the National Safety Council also.
I wonder though how much of this is an opportunity. So maybe one incidents happened and they took it as an opportunity just to ban it outright.
Picked it up.
In Cumberland streets this week, one finds parents preparing for the parties that churches and civic groups will sponsor to substitute for trick-or-treating. And most are happy over the new law.
I'm real happy they did because they've had too much trouble. I don't have a small one. This is my grandson, but they're having a block party up where he lives. Tell him your mother made you a costume.
My mommy made me a costume.
Kids, they just go out and start getting into mischief since they can't go out trick-or-treating.
You don't look like a mischief maker.
I was going to say I know one that won't be out getting into mischief. He'll either be at an organized party or he'll be home.
I mean, I don't think you get much mischief. It's horrible, isn't it? Like, ruining it for the younger
The
kids.
decision has apparently brought a collective sigh of relief from mothers and fathers here and in many nearby communities which have since joined Cumberland in the ban. And if the mail coming into City Hall is any indication, people in many other states are attracted by the idea of banning what the city commissioners here have called a public nuisance.
Some miserable bastards around, aren't there?
Jed Duval, CBS News, Cumberland, Maryland.
But I understand it.
Scarier words have never been said, my friend. I guess this is Sherlock Holmes. I can't move my head because this hat is too little. Turn around right here. What's your name?
Jerry Berman.
And we have
Go on, use the word that Sherlock never said. Elementary, my dear Watson.
all of these animals dressed up. This is from Halloween. When was
Halloween, there was
What's she come as? James Corden.
at Saturday, there was a contest in the park for the best costume pet.
She a New Yorker by any chance?
And you got like a dog.
A bastard.
Dog at the end of you.
Yeah, Panda came in second, and she's dressed as Carmen.
Okay. And who do you have?
Is there a dog under there, is there?
What's your name?
My name's Roshana.
And who are these lovely friends you have with you?
Right here I have Goldie. She was at the contest
She come as Mos Def.
as well. She's a golden angel. And this is
Oliver.
Oliver?
Dressed as Carmine Miranda.
A lot of Carmen Mirandas out here. Who do we have over here?
This is Zorro, otherwise known as Teddy.
You know, these dogs are all killers. You can't tell, but they are all killers. Who do we have down here?
This is George, and he's a redneck cowboy.
He's a redneck cowboy. What does his bandana say?
Well, it's a shirt that says, dog food sucks.
Dog food sucks.
10 points for which cowboy film he likes watching.
A lot of love out here, folks. And who do we have here? These aren't dogs over. These are little angels.
Bridget Kilgallen.
And who are the two little babes you have with you?
This is Neve, and Dara is over here. And we have Rosie, who's the beagle fly down
This Rosie down here has eaten 450 dog treats since we've been out here. Watch this. Let me see if I can throw one at her. Rosie, watch that.
You won the contest.
There, you won the contest?
Yeah.
Look at that. Rosie.
What are we sitting there thinking? It's a good job there. Said I'm working with the public. Oh, he's thinking, I'd love to be basically journalistic on a murder or a armed robbery somewhere.
Dog treats, yeah.
On this Tuesday morning, a spooky morning here outside our studio in New York City. I'm Jane Clayson.
This Netflix's Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Along with Anthony Mason today, who's in for Brian. And look who's here, Martha Stewart.
The one and only Martha.
The one and only. With her
Why is she not in handcuffs?
leaf mask. Who needs a Martha? You got your own Martha Stewart mask on this morning.
Handmade out of autumn leaves.
You're carving pumpkins this morning, aren't you?
Oh, yes, you are too.
I am too. Well, it won't be quite like yours, but we'll try. All that and much more. We got some other surprises up our sleeves this morning.
There's smoke coming out of the cemetery back here. I don't know. We better watch out.
Goobs and goblins everywhere.
Dressing up like a witch
Go on. You're flogging a dead horse now.
has long been a Halloween tradition, but the fact is there are real witches among us who don't have green skin or a pointy black hat. As our national correspondent John Frankel found out, followers of the Wicca religion consider Halloween a religious holiday that they liken to New Year's Eve.
Cheryl Salima Masson loves dogs. Her day job is as a veterinary assistant. She is also a witch.
I cast this circle.
And as president of the Witches League for Public Awareness, she is on a mission to bring America's witches out of the broom closet.
So mote it be. So mote it be.
What
That looks like a real sword.
we hope is that the more people that know the truth about the religion, it'll just be a situation, it'll be, oh, so nice, you're a witch, big deal, I'm a Christian or I'm a Jew.
The Wiccan religion is based on a 20,000-year-old pagan principle that places its doctrine in a god and goddess, not Satan.
It's impossible for witches to be Satanists when we do not even believe that one exists.
Well said.
Today, these witches are going mainstream and are out to raise awareness and money in order to build their own house of worship. And if not for the pentacles and
Nice religion you've got there. Looks like it pays well.
magic wands on sale, this event could easily be mistaken for, well, any typical church fair.
Pays well.
Mine is the power of the spoken word.
In this religion, Joe White is in the minority. Of the 500,000 witches estimated to be in the United States, only 25% are men. And yes, they call themselves witches too.
Yeah, because men could be witches.
A warlock is an old Scottish term. It stood for oath breaker, someone who didn't keep their promises to the church, and then male witches were branded warlocks. But all witches are witches, male and female.
Joe, a full-time fireman, was raised Roman Catholic, but when he lost faith in the church's beliefs, he turned to witchcraft. You take some ribbing?
Politics ribbing. A bit personal.
A little bit, but it's always good-natured ribbing. They'll wonder if I put a spell on somebody or something like that, if something had gone wrong. I said, no, it wasn't me.
Good job, there's no such thing as magic.
It wasn't me, no. Not this time.
While Joe, Cheryl, and their fellow congregants enjoy the support of their Massachusetts community, other witches...
That cannot be safe. God. Health and safety, has really indoctrinated us in the last 20 years. I just saw kids running around and they got an open bucket with flame and people wearing costumes that would probably go up in a flash.
Still struggle to fit in.
The kids at school, they don't understand it.
There's a cult, basically, that looks at recruiting people who are down and out or people who are looking to belong to something.
West Haven, Connecticut, a group of witches meets weekly in the basement of
You could probably shoehorn that for any religion, really.
a witchcraft shop called Curious Goods, opened 11 years ago by a woman who goes by the magical name of Samantha Sambina.
My mother chose
Is that magical?
to pick the good witch from Bewitched and name me Samantha. Every person could be a witch. Any person could be a witch. I have people come in my shop and ask me, am I a witch? I say, I wouldn't know that. You would have to know that.
How do you know?
Exactly. How do you know? Just decide. Yeah, I'm a witch.
It's if you have an interest in it and you pursue it and you decide that you want to make this a way of your life, then yeah. I call upon you, awesome goddess of power.
So it's a belief system, but there's absolutely no evidence of magic or anything. So being a witch is just a belief system.
While Samantha doesn't mask her beliefs, she and her friends are not quite ready to fly above the religious radar the same way the witches of Massachusetts are.
The more we can be public and educate people, the more that, people get information and the less trouble people have who are doing it in the small covens all over the world.
And as most Americans prepare for an evening of Halloween celebrations, the witches among us will be celebrating too, full of optimism and pride for their new year.
You know what? They're not hurting anyone, so fair play to them.
For The Early Show, John Frankel, Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Wouldn't be Halloween without a spooky jack-o'-lantern, so who better to help us carve one than Martha Stewart? Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. These are very unusual.
And happy Halloween.
Yes.
Well, if you have the right tools, you can do any kind of pumpkin. And we have been finding around town, even in Connecticut at the Japanese restaurant, the most fantastic pumpkin carving you've ever did see. This really cute pumpkin, and it's very...
Has Martha Stewart been on the old... pumpkin juice? Bit early. Bill pumpkin spice.
Very nice when you illuminate it from the bottom. See, there's the flashlight.
You didn't really cut all the way through those
No,
holes.
but that's, you know what you use? You use this melon ball scoop. And this you can just cut right through, right through the skin with your melon ball scoop and take out a perfect round scoop like that. And it just... cuts enough of the flesh away so that you can see a little illumination throughout.
Or you can cut all the way through.
Oh.
And then You can sharpen it on the end and turn it into a shiv.
And then here we have a pumpkin decorated with vegetables, very cute, and you can just stick in the little horns, or you can make them a little bit even more evil.
Radishes up here.
Yep.
And
That's a good touch. I do like that.
you have radishes, you have snow peas.
little capers and eyeball.
Yep, cute, huh?
Yeah.
And then this one is done with these pipe cutters. These are the greatest because these go right through. Let me see if I can just take it here. Right through the flesh of the pumpkin, and you just turn it and pull it out. A plug comes out, and there.
And if anyone messes you in the yard, pipe cutter.
There you have the perfect hole.
A Swiss cheese pumpkin.
Yeah, so this is a pumpkin carving kit. It has all the tools one would need. This is to scrape out the insides, this wonderful saw to cut through the very thick pumpkins, those giant pumpkins. You have your pencil, your all the things you need. One of the things that everybody loved, though, Jane, was the chandelier that we had on the cover of the magazine. And this, made on a little wreath made out of twigs, is so
I do like that.
So simple to construct.
A little wreath.
You have to have these little Jack B. Littles. That's what they're called, Jack B.
Is she promoting the magazine by any chance?
Littles. Trace a circle on the top where you're going to cut. It's always better to use a little bit of a pencil or a pen, just so that you have some sort of little outline. And then cut with your little saw. You can cut all the way around there.
All right.
Don't take out the fillings, because the candles, and these are the little candles you just buy
Oh, get on with it.
at the supermarket. You just put them right in there, and why?
So, interesting stories again. Halloween, magical time. Always been a magical time. Can't believe that town was banning it though. They had a couple of bad elements. People putting razor blades in apples. Nothing ever changes really. There's always bad elements. But it does sound like they took an opportunity to basically cancel it because they probably just got fed up and they don't want, knocks on the door and kids, and it's like, can't be arsed with it this year, so let's take an opportunity to ban it. Don't think it stuck. America does Halloween so well. So well. Anyway, let me know what you think. That was the second one of the old stories. I will be looking at maybe doing one more. Hopefully it's interesting. Do me a favour, hit that subscribe button. Will help me out massively. On the road to getting to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. That'd be a good Christmas present. If I don't get there, delivery. Anyway, hopefully you take care, and I will see you on the next one.